Explore the pros and cons of new iPads for all. Dance your way to Florida with the Laduettes and see a blast from the past in a retro arcade. Hello and welcome to the March edition of Ladue View. I'm Lillian Donahue.
And I'm Jade Nelson. And this is how we roll.
Cue talent.
Soon every student at the high school will be walking around with a new iPad. Sounds like a lot of fun, but the district says it's not just a toy, it's a tool to meet the demands of a high-tech world.
Our students are living in this world now, and we've joined the world too.
With the growing use of digital devices, the demand for technology in the classroom is at an all-time high. Ladue High School provides students with state-of-the-art equipment.
It's like 600 to 800 computers total, desktops and laptops put together.
But even that isn't enough to counter the 1,200 students attending the high school.
I think that technology is accessible, but because there are so many students and such a high demand for it, that it causes the computers to be slow and you have to wait in line, and it could be an issue at times.
Trying to get computers at this point in time, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's really, really hard to get a classroom set of computers.
There's been a kind of a grassroots need from teachers and kids to have more access.
And it's that access that is changing exponentially.
We're starting to see a shift to more mobile technology, so certainly to the laptop and iPad versus the desktop. So we have fewer desktops than ever in labs and those types of things.
In fact, starting next year, Ladue plans to make that mobile dream a reality.
Next year, we are very, very hopeful that the board will approve the access of iPad minis for the 9th through 12th students. So every student will have their own device.
Michaela Boisabin is a freshman test driving this new system.
I mean, I think they're helpful. I guess we get through it faster with the iPads because, like, they'll send us emails and we'll just all go to the same, like, link and we'll be there. But if it's like a textbook, you have to flip through the pages and get everything out and it's just right there. So I guess it'd be less time.
I'm extremely excited. I am very happy that we're going to give all of our students the opportunity to be where everybody else nationwide is as far as technology and accessibility.
Although many people are hopeful for iPads, some are still skeptical of the new technology.
I think technology by itself can be isolating, and our kids do not need any more social isolation in this iPad, iPhone, iTune out world.
Most of my friends are pro iPads, but they also recognize that they could be a distraction in classrooms.
As we move forward with this is new territory for us, so it's going to be a little scary, and we have a lot of planning to do between now and then, but it's also very exciting.
For Ladue View, I'm Lillian Donahue. The big thing on everyone's mind is who will pay for all of this? Well, the district says that all the funds are in a pre-existing capital budget that requires no extra grants or loans.
Speaking of technology, during the Midwest Education and Technology Conference, we were able to meet up with one of the keynote speakers on his ideas for the future of digital learning.
You know, try to make the case for creativity and having kids create as they learn, reminding people that revised Bloom's taxonomy has create at the top, and trying to make safe space for that. Talking about reaching kids, using 21st century tools to let every kid show their brilliant different ways, to give them choices. In the classroom, we're always a little slow compared to the rest of the world, because we're tied to these systems that we're used to, these lesson plans that we've always done. Words like pedagogy, you know, it's got to be real serious and we've got to be able to prove everything. The problem is, if school's moving this fast and the world's moving this fast, there's a misalignment. And we're sending kids out into that world 10 years behind, 5 years behind. That's not our job. Our job is to get you ready for your future. You know, I almost wish it was like a library of technology where you checked out any book or any device you needed. If you didn't have one, you could go get one, right? And in my school, in our school district, USD 448, Inman, Kansas, we're one-to-one iPads 9 through 12. And it's fun to watch how learning happens because that kid's on his iPad and he's drawing. This kid's painting with real paint. It's tradigital. Different kids learn different ways, and it's totally okay. Someone asked me yesterday, prove to me that technology makes learning better. I said, I can't do that. I can prove to you that I have better engagement and that kids are actually interested in school. Does that lead to better test scores? I would hope that they use these tools to become faster, more efficient, better learners, and then once they learn, then they start creating things, making things. That's where I hope it all goes.
To think outside the box, to be different, to be rebels. And what happens sometimes in poetry.
For more interviews and bonus footage from this year's METC conference, visit our website at www.lhstv.weebly.com. With these changes in technology, schools from around the world are finding new ways to teach students. Marissa Glantz finds out more about how a Ladue math teacher creates an online learning experience.
Now? As technology evolves, schools take the opportunity to advance learning. Like many teachers, Drew Chrisman creates an online learning experience by using the flipped classroom method.
The flipped classroom is basically the traditional classroom model, and it's turned on its head. So students for homework go home and they watch a self-guided notes that I create, and they come in with an understanding, a baseline understanding of what's going on. So when they come in, I don't fully expect them to master the material, but I do expect them to be able to do the basics and to be able to build on that when they come in.
And I end up with x plus 1 equaling 4, and then solving that, I get x is 3.
So when they come into class, sometimes I'll start with a mini lesson. Sometimes I'll start it with just a homework check, where are you at? It really depends on the day and the lesson. Then they work in groups, so I intentionally group students together, and they work so that they can patch up gaps and they have some more support other than myself trying to float around. The benefits would be definitely shifting the focus of the student from just getting the grade to actually learning the concepts. Another benefit is getting students talking about math, which I think in a traditional classroom is very difficult because of just the time constraints. And I think that technology is giving us another avenue.
With the evolving world of technology, teachers are able to find new and creative ways for students to learn.
I think it's just adapting to the culture that is today's student.
For Ladue View, I'm Marissa Glantz.
Yep.
We catch up on some Ladue athletics and take a trip to childhood with one-of-a-kind entertainment. After the break.
What you doing with your night? You're too young to ruin your life.
It is illegal to text and drive. Don't let a cell phone take your life.
You're too young to die tonight.
The Laduettes perform at countless pep rallies and basketball games. But what's it like to dance with teams from all over the country? Sabrina Medler gives us a look at performing on the national stage.
Since August, the Laduette dance team has been perfecting their nationals hip-hop and pom routines. In early February, the girls headed to Orlando to compete against teams from all over the country.
Coming to nationals every year is really great because it just gives us a chance to show how hard we've worked over the whole entire season.
Dancing on the stage is my favorite part. It's like what we've been working up to. It's just a real adrenaline rush being up there and just showing everybody what we've worked so hard for. So I love being on stage. We had a lot of practice. We practiced sometimes close to 15, 16 hours a week. We throw in Saturdays. We put a lot of time and effort into everything we did, and then we just kind of jump into it. We clean a lot of the dances, and then we run them over and over and over. When we clean, we run through it count by count so everyone looks identical. It's really tiring, but we get good results.
We're the strongest we've ever been. We won first place in the Lindbergh competition in both hip-hop and pom, and that's never been done before in history. And also we placed first in St. Charles last weekend. And we had the highest score of the whole entire competition for hip-hop.
After their month of preparation, the Laduettes boarded the plane for Orlando. Junior Phoebe Carlson describes competition day.
So we wake up really early, we do all our makeup, our hair, we practice a ton, we stretch, we get ready to go. And when we perform, it's the most unreal feeling, just being on stage, dancing, and when you're done, you're tired, but it's great. You're just so happy with your performance.
Feeling the energy when like you're dancing together is just awesome. We did so well as a team, and we were just so proud of ourselves. And I mean, we made top 20.
Small Mercy Mom semifinalist, Ladue High School.
This is Sabrina Medler, reporting for Ladue View.
As seniors plan for graduation, Ladue athletics prepare for the loss of the school's top athletes. Aaron Whitus finds out where these students are headed.
Welcome everybody here today. I'm glad you came. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this ceremony. We are here to celebrate the decisions that these student athletes in front of you have made to continue their athletic pursuits as they move on to college.
We signed a letter committing to play football at Bowdoin next year. Because of academics, first off, because that's why we're going to college, for academics. Second off, location. I love the New England area, so. And then third, because of athletics, and they have a pretty good program, and I like their head coach. When I was a freshman, I was going to try to play Division I football, but then as the years went on, you have to be more realistic, and I still wanted to play football in college. I know I could play football in college, so Bowdoin was a good fit for me.
I'm in the high school cafeteria. We just finished signing for, we're going to college. I'm going to play soccer at WashU. Originally, I thought it was, I looked at it because my parents work there. So I started looking there and I went on a visit and it was a beautiful campus. So I loved it, and then I met the coach and he was awesome and all the girls seemed really cool. So, and it ended up being like a perfect school because it's also close to home. Honestly, I'm looking forward to like the team chemistry, like the bonding with the team, because that's my favorite part of playing with a team.
For Ladue View, I'm Aaron Whitus.
There will be another signing ceremony later this year. Let's travel back in time from 2014 to 1984 with a retro arcade right here in St. Louis. Reese Rosenblum has the story.
Try NC when it comes back. Jump. Good. Jump. Wait. So what the neutral zone is, it's a classic arcade like you would have seen in the 1980s. And that's something that doesn't really exist anymore. And what we've done is track down almost 100 games. And they're all set on free play. People can come in and they can play all they want.
I haven't been here in a really long time. This is my first time since they have the new setup, because when I was here last, they had a store in the front part, and then the back was just where the arcade was. So it's been about a year. The games themselves are totally different. It takes a completely different skill set, and so I think it's just, alternatively, it's fun.
I've been working on arcade games for quite a long time, about 7 years now. You can't just go into a movie theater and go into the arcade and see these games that you do here. You can't just go in and see black lights and lights flashing and music. You don't see that kind of stuff. Console games are usually third-person or first-person shooters. And arcade games really are too, in the same fact, but just because it's in a separate cabinet alone gives it a separate feel than a normal console game.
What I like about these old games is that the gameplay is very simple, but it's sort of addictive. You know, a game like the original Donkey Kong or Miss Pac-Man, you have to have a really high level of skill. You have to have good hand-eye coordination, and it's not something that you could just play for 40 hours and eventually beat. You have to master that game. You have to be really good at it.
For more information on the Neutral Zone, visit their website. Reporting for Ladue View, I'm Reese Rosenblum.
Thanks for watching the March edition of Ladue View. Tune in next month for more around our school, the community, and the world. I'm Lillian Donahue. And I'm Jane Nelson. Have a great day.